Sometimes all you want to do is enjoy a simple dinner and maybe you have a hankering for some meat. Well, this is going to be a great recipe for anybody who's craving chorizo and bacon, a nice, spicy and meaty combination with pasta. Let's get started and I'll show you exactly how to fulfill that craving. So we'll start off by chopping up your favorite type of chorizo sausage. Get the dried kind and not like the fresh sausage, and then just give it a really good dice. Now to start cooking your bacon, the trick I always use to have perfect bacon every time is to start on a cold pan. As the pan comes up to a heat, so does the fat in the bacon, and the bacon gets crispy evenly as the fat slowly starts to render. Add the chorizo right in there with it so that it can cook with the juices of the bacon and get really flavorful and crispy at the same time. Now while the bacon and chorizo are sizzling, get a pot of water ready on the stove so that you can cook up your pasta. As soon as it starts to come to a boil, season it with some water and then add in your pasta and cook until al dente. And I know that nobody should come in the middle of someone's bacon and how they like it. So whenever you're happy with it, take it off and then make sure the chorizo is nice and crispy as well. In my case it was, so I'm going to take it out, set it in a bowl for later. And I'm just going to drain a bit of that fat because I don't want to use all of this in my actual pasta sauce. We'll be using the same fat from the bacon and chorizo to really add those flavors into our pasta. So add in your onions, garlic, and start to sweat them with a pinch of salt to get them to turn soft. As soon as that has happened, add in your tomato paste and just cook it for a few minutes just to cook off the tartness of raw tomatoes. Once that is done, we have here some Italian diced tomatoes. These are great, very convenient, sweet and full of flavor, and it's an easy way to make any sauce without too much effort, especially on a weekday. So get that nicely mixed up, season with a pinch of salt, and we want to cook this until the sauce has kind of started separating from the oil from earlier. While it's simmering, let's chop up the bacon into little bits and we'll set that aside with the chorizo for the end. Now the sauce has turned a little dry, so I'm going to add a splash of water, get it back up to a thinner consistency, and then as soon as I'm happy with how it tastes and I've adjusted the salt, you want to add in your penne right in there. Now before you drain it, make sure that you reserve about a half a cup of that delicious pasta cooking water. Give it all a really good mix, and right now the consistency is a bit drier than I wanted to, which is great because I just reserved that delicious pasta water. So add a splash of that right in there, bring up to a thinner consistency. We just want to kind of simmer this to really bring the flavors together and thicken that sauce ever so slightly. As soon as you're happy with how this stage looks, turn off the gas and let's start eating. So I'll show you exactly how I'm going to plate this just to create that beautiful visual experience along with the deliciousness that we've just cooked up. So add in your basil. I've cut them into tiny ribbons or a chiffonade. Then add in peels or ribbons of Parmesan cheese. We'll add some more later in grated form, but I find that just using a potato peeler or a Y peeler is great for creating these beautiful ribbons. Then top it up with chorizo and bacon bits. That's so close to the end. Add some more basil if you want, some more grated Parmesan, some pepper if you feel like, and that is your dish. That is your easy go-to weekday dinner. You can do it, it's very easy, and you're going to enjoy this plate that you've just cooked up. If you want to support my channel, I've linked the full recipe to my website down below. and make sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.